Hello and a huge welcome. Today, I want to talk about the illogical power of detachment and how to magnetize anything that you desire by experiencing detachment. A lot of times, when people talk about detachment, they think it means that you don't want it now. It means that you just give up, which is not true at all. Detachment doesn't mean that you don't want it anymore. What detachment means is that you are not forcing it, that you are not trying so hard to make it happen. What it means is that you trust in yourself and in your co creation, and you know that you don't need to know every single step like this will happen and this will happen, and you're not forcing away. You just know that it's going to happen. You have faith and you are doing what you think you should be doing, what you need to do, what ideas you're getting, but you're not forcing them. You're not holding your manifestation tightly. Thomas Troward, one of the really greatest scientists in mental sciences and manifestation, he talks about like holding it loosely. When you hold something tightly, it's really tight, right? But when you hold something loosely, it's just you're holding on to it, you're taking care of it, right? But why we hold on to things very tightly? What is the logic behind it? Why we force things to happen? Why we are really trying so hard? Why is it that we are focusing on making it happen? Where is it coming from? Why is it that we have constantly told, just relax, just trust, just have faith? I really want to talk about this today and really want to reveal something that will blow your mind. Most of us in our lives are walking with pain. When we were little, when we were born, we were learning how to walk, how to talk. We fell so many times when we were trying to walk. If you see a baby like trying to walk, falls again, then tries again, then falls again, constantly trying and falling, you realize that eventually they'll start learning walking. Unless somebody is disabled, you realize that most of us figured out how to walk, right? Because we knew we could. There was no question about that. Now the problem comes as we experience life, as we have this human experience. We have a lot of traumas. Sometimes we didn't get the grades that we expected. We worked so hard and we were told, look, you couldn't do it. Or we were told you're not so intelligent. Or we did really well, but we were told, oh, it's not good enough, right? Or we did our best, we were such a nice child, but we were constantly compared to other children. Or we failed at something and then we have had this huge trauma. Or maybe we got bullied, or maybe the teachers told us that your work is not good, or you need to work extra hard, or you are not intelligent, or you're not that able. You name it, right? At work, all these things, we experience traumas. And with time, the way traumas work is, trauma is like a bruise. Like if you're walking and you get hurt and you have a bruise, that's what trauma is. So emotionally, whenever you get bruised, you have a trauma. But with emotions, because they're not visible, right, we hold that trauma in our body. And that is literally like held in our body. And if you really connect with yourself, in Wealth Fountain and even in Bottomless Bank Account, I do meditations where your body parts actually start telling you where your trauma is stored right now. But when we are walking with these traumas, if you think of an average person, imagine they're walking with like so many traumas everywhere. Like if there were dots, there were so many dots. Like there's so many traumas all our body, stored in our body. And then whenever they do something, actually what they're doing is they're protecting the pain from the trauma. The aim is not to really win. The aim is not to, you know what, I want to walk, I can walk. The aim is, I want this, but I want to make sure I don't feel the pain again. I want to make sure that I don't feel the feeling of not good enough again. I want to try that, but I'm going to procrastinate the light of out of me so that I don't feel that I don't know it and I mess it up again. I don't want to fail again. I don't want it to not work again. I don't want to feel not good enough again. So I'm not even going to play. I'm going to shrink myself down. Actually, we are not playing to win. We are playing not to lose. Because when we lose, we face our traumas head on. And we don't want to do that. Let's say you did a master class, right? I'm just giving you an example. Now, before you even see the result, you'll tell yourself, you know what, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Because if you don't say to yourself and you say, you know what, I'm gonna see what I'm a match for. Maybe my program is sold out. But then if it's not, then you'll experience that pain again. But if you say to yourself already it's not good, then you're like, you know what? See, I didn't even wait to face the pain. We are not interested in winning. We are interested in avoiding the pain of losing. And that's why we are trying not to lose. Even when we do something, we tell ourselves it's not good before we actually even stay to see what it is. We start a new business before even we let it prosper and things. We are unplugging because we're scared that it may not work, and then that would be right. Let's say you do a discovery call with a client. Before even you hear the answer, you're telling yourself, I know it's not going to go well. I know, never does for me. Because what you're avoiding is the pain of losing. Because what if you lose? But when we are avoiding and when we are trying not to lose, we're focusing on losing because our mind doesn't understand not to lose. It's focusing on not lose, not lose, not lose. Oh, I just lost. Oh my God, I was trying to avoid that. Look, I'm not even playing now. Oh, I'm playing. I played a little bit, but look, I lost. We go a little bit in. We see what the outcome is going to be. Either we fully unplug when we fear that we might face that, right? Or we start to push it. We start to work really hard. We start to do all the things to make sure that doesn't happen. Let me give you a really powerful example here. When we talk about social media, right? Let's think of a person who has launched their program on social media, right? Now, it could be anything. It could be nobody purchase or launch their program, product, anything. They've launched something, their business on social media. The outcome could be that nobody buys. The outcome could be 100 people buy. The outcome could be 1,000 people buy. The outcome could be that they are sold out fully. The outcome could be that very few people buy. It could be anything from the spectrum, right? Now this person posted out. Now the winning identity will be, I'm open to see what's going to happen. I'm sitting with joyful expectation to see what's going to happen. But what if you lose? Now our mind is saying, with all the traumas that we're working with, what if you lose? And if we have the trauma of losing, we will do everything in our power not to lose. We are not worrying about the losing part. We are not able to handle the pain. One thing could be, let's cancel the launch. Let's unplug because it's too much to handle. Or one thing could be, not even launch at the first place, and let's just constantly procrastinate and say, one day I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it on Monday. I'm going to do it next week. Or one thing could be, launch it, but then start sending people DMs and pushing people and convincing people and chasing people. And what we are really telling people is, listen, I cannot handle losing. I just want to make sure that you have seen my post or my launch, because I really cannot handle losing. Can you please? And then we start constantly messaging people. But people cannot say to us what they're feeling because they don't understand what they're really feeling, but they feel a little bit of like turn off, like, oh my God, you're so pushy. They can feel the lack of faith. They can feel that we are scared to lose, but they don't know what it is really. So they're just feeling a bit of turn off, like they're feeling a bit repulsion. Like, this person is messaging me. They might block you, which again is a self-fulfilling prophecy that, look, I knew I'm not going to win, and see, it happened. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Or they might get repulsed. Even if they were planning to get it, they may not get it now because they're so pushy. How many times we go on the discovery call and the person is trying to sell us, close the deal. So many times it happens to me that I'm genuinely interested to buy. But the moment I realize that that person is just interested to close me, I'm off. I'm gone. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Or the people might just say, you know what, I don't like this person. And you have just closed the doors forever and your prophecy is right. You're not going to win. What we are doing is we're trying not to lose, but all we are doing is losing in trying not to lose. Now instead we say, you know what, let me see what I'm a match for. And I put my whole heart and my soul into it. I write the most beautiful launch message or whatever my launch plan is. I do it with the finest details and all the beauty and all my love and what I really want to say and how would a winning person say it, and I give it all without going in the fear side of it, because I'm okay. I will be okay. I'm not terrified to lose because it's okay. There is no trauma there. I'm clear, right? Now, I am putting my heart and soul in the launch. I'm making it very beautiful, magnificent. I'm putting it all my energy. I'm saying it with my soul. I'm deeply connecting with people. I'm just giving it all and my best that I know. And I'm not worried about making it happen. In fact, I'm worried about having it my truest, my greatest, my most beautiful representation. The best of me. Because I really care. I'm all in. I love it. When you love something or when you love somebody, how much care you put in versus I'm making sure you don't dump me. I'm going on a date and I'm making sure you don't dump me. I'm going to do all the things to make sure you don't dump me. Versus, I'm going to be the best of me. I don't really hang on to the fact that it has to be you. I'm not worried about losing. I'm focused on being the best of me because I know and I trust that the best of me is enough. And then you show up and then you do the launch as the best of you. And even if some people buy, that shows you where your consciousness is. That means maybe there is more rising in consciousness. Maybe few people buy and that shows you, you know what? It's working, you're winning. You see like how trying not to lose becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy when you actually just lose because you're trying not to. It's like if you're driving a car and you're looking at the car you're looking at the pole on the side and you're constantly saying, I can't hit the pole. I can't hit the pole. I can't hit the pole. I have to make sure I don't hit the pole. But where are you looking? Where are you going? You're going to hit the pole. There's so many experiments done about this. And there's another example that the way it shows up. Let's say you did something. Now you are worried about the result and you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. It could be starting a business. It could be investing in stocks. It could be anything. Anything to do with results where you don't know. Now you can say, you know what? It wasn't good. I'm not going to expect anything good. Why? Because if you're not going to expect good, you're not going to manifest good because it's your frequency. The reason you're not going to expect good when people say that is because if you are expecting the good and you don't get it, then you will feel disappointed. You'll feel like, you know what? I expected and I'm stupid. We are not worried about winning. We are worried about not feeling stupid, not hitting that trauma. I have put all my cushions and I'm making sure that it doesn't hit there. Making sure that even the wind doesn't touch me there. Making sure that nobody exposed. It's like we all are running with and protecting ourselves. Don't touch me there. And the other person's like, you don't touch me there. And then we say something and the other person trauma get hit. And then it's like, look, you are trying to hurt me. And it's like everybody's doing things to protect their trauma. It's like everybody's walking with it and protecting it. But then a point comes when you keep attracting the things, either you keep losing or you keep attracting the things until you face it. God, Mother Nature, Source will keep giving you contrast until you face it because that's the only way you'll become a match. You will become a match when you have a squeaky clean energy of winning. You're not trying to protect yourself, shrink down, play small, trying to avoid. Because when you're trying to avoid, you're not a match. You are saying to God, Universe, Source, I want to manifest this. I love this. I've got gold card. I'm visualizing. God is giving you contrast. And that is actually an enabler to become a match. And a point comes and you're like, you know what? There's nothing to lose. I just face it. When you are playing in your life, either you can keep attracting the contrast to the point you're like, you know what? I've hit rock bottom. There is nothing to lose. I've done it all. And people go through that. And from rock bottom, they only can look up. You're like, there's nothing to lose. I'm squeaky clean now. Everything has been processed now. I had to face it and process it because I hit that point. Or you can save yourself decades and do yourself a favor and not wait for that and say, when I'm playing, am I playing to win? And I'm trying not to lose. Let me be aware. Let me see. If I'm doing this action, in whatever I'm doing, am I doing it to avoid losing? Am I doing it to push harder? Or am I doing it because I'm winning? There's a different energy. And you can deep down, whether it's a self-sabotage, whether you're trying not to lose, whether you're doing it because you can't handle the pain, and you're not ready to see what you're a match for, or you're doing it to win and trusting that you're ready to see your match. And when you go with all your heart and all your soul and all your love, you become a match because you're not worried to lose it. You have already got it. There is a really powerful way that when you find yourself fighting or pushing for something, you can stop yourself straight away by, after you have done the thing, what you did with your energy of winning, you say to yourself, there is nothing I can do about this. And you fully surrender. When you say this phrase, although it's very counterintuitive, like, what do you mean there's nothing? I can do so many things. But when you say to yourself, there's nothing more I can do about it, I'm trusting it's enough, your mind all of a sudden gets in that neutral place. I've seen so many people, I've helped so many of my clients manifest the greatest things just by using this phrase. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing. Let's just completely surrender. Because our mind is sometimes trying to fight. We're in our head, protecting, putting cushions at the front, dipping and unplugging. But when you say there's nothing I can do about it, your mind is like, okay, there's nothing more. Then you process it. Whatever that's coming for you, you say, where is it coming from? If you don't know where it's coming from, but you feel the pain of not losing, you can process that. You can go to that place, you can bring that emotion, you can feel it, and you find that next level freedom in processing. And then what you do is you use a God source frequency, which is really powerful. I'm going to share with you. The God or source frequency is when you desire millions and millions and millions of dollars, when you have that, you'll feel different. You'll feel abundant. You'll feel different. But you have that frequency right now. You can use the God-like side of you as a placeholder on that thing and say, you know what? That is my millions now. When I use my God-like side, my highest frequency, I feel abundant now. The God within me is the most abundant. And I'm putting that frequency as a placeholder in the space where I'm manifesting millions in my heart. And you access that zone, you feel the most abundant. You can actually use the God-like frequency within you as a placeholder, as a place there, as something where you feed yourself that vibration. Similarly with partner, let's say you want to manifest the love of your life and you want to feel really loved. You want somebody to admire you, to admire your beauty, to admire your presence, your magnetism, your humanness, your art. You can use the God-like side of you, God-like version of you, to give you all that praises and all that love. It's like you're using the God within you to give you all of that. Because when you manifest that person and that person says, I love you, all they're doing is they're just activating your love for you. They're not giving you anything from outside. They're just activating your love for you. You can use that right now. You can activate it for yourself until your physical matches to that, until your physical catches up with that. You can do that with health. You can use the God-like side of you to feel the most vibrant and healthy, to feed that feeling within you. It's not that you're just visualizing and pretending and faking. You're saying, my higher self or my perfect self is healthy now. And I'm using it as a placeholder until my reality catches up. You have got the access to all the frequencies right now. And when those things happen, all that thing will happen is you'll feel that more, but you have got access to that anyway. Use that God-like side of you as a activation to hold on to that frequency, as a placeholder for that frequency. So as you process, put that frequency there and keep feeding your heart with it to the point that your heart cracks open and you're just leading with love. And you're leading from that place. You're not leading from, I'm trying to not to lose. I'm really scared of losing. You're leading from the place of, all I do is win. I'm winning. All I see is where I'm going, not where I'm not trying to go. And this is the winning identity. And as a layer to that, if you listen to that song from DJ Khaled, it's just such a nice song. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. What if we just focus on win, 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 no matter what? You can use that song, keep feeding to it to really activate that identity as you process all your traumas. Because those traumas are looking to be processed. They're waiting to be freed. They're not trying to stop you. They're finding the way, and you are the way.